Hey guys, True Knight here. So this is back in time for my routinely Banlist video take before the eventual Banlist will happen. And it's all based off of conversation we've had, or I've had, with people in the community in Colorado, both in like the group chat that we all have, personal conversation, just your locals conversation you have with all the guys and girls. Just all based off of what we've all communicated and what we all think is going to happen. And so I kind of wanted to centerize it and just put it all on video to vocalize the thoughts here coming out of Colorado of what we think could happen. First and foremost, there is a debate, kind of 50-50, and if you see me looking over here a lot, I'm looking at the notes that I made about like the topics we've talked about and everything. So, debate on when the ban list will be. There is 50% of us, and this is off of about, I would say, like 30 to 40 people who I've conversated with over the past couple of weeks about this. So take it with a grain of salt. It's just, I reach out to like the top players and the bigger community in Colorado, and so I just go off of their vibe. But half of us think that, and I'm included on this part, where myself and half of us think that in March at Vegas is when the ban list update will happen. The other half of us think that it's going to happen in Houston in April. And then I asked folks why in April, and they think it's because they want to give 7th Tachyon a chance with Ryzel before they hit Ryzel majorly. Myself and the others who believe, on the other hand, that it'll happen in about 2 weeks from now is because they're not looking to hit Ryzel and Malice majorly until the end of the year, because Ryzel and Malice will be the frontliners for Worlds. So in order to do that, you got to keep them intact in some form. You can only do minor hits. You want to see those decks compete, you got to keep them afloat. So I think even with 7th Tachyon coming out, like the thing we're going to see hit is like that X to 1 in the OCG, and in the TCG you're probably going to see a hit to Bonfire and maybe a minuscule hit to one of the Ryzel monsters. That's it. So alright, now going on with the list. Well, that kind of plays a part in what we're talking about, right? So first and foremost, this is going to address Ryzel as a whole. I don't think anything happens to Ryzel this time around. I think that we'll see an off hit, but I don't think we will see a direct Ryzel hit. And that being said, I'm also going to pair that with Malice. I don't think these two decks get touched yet. I think they're too new. And I think, like I told you guys just a minute ago, I think that Konami wants them at Worlds, so they're going to do everything they can to facilitate that. Now, is it time for talents to take a hit? I don't think so. But I understand me finally saying that no, I don't think it needs to, will be the time that they will do it. I personally think talents and thrust will be left at 3, but I could very easily see them limiting it to 1. Very easily. So, yeah. Fenrir, I don't think Fenrir gets touched. I don't think TcgPlayer cards get touched. Yes, they're good utility, yada yada yada, but I don't think that they're the end-all be-all or threat that anybody's worried about. So no. Dryden, I think it's a dream to think it'll come back yet, because we got Dryden 2.0. I don't think they're going to bring back Dryden 1.0 yet, anytime soon. Maybe when this gets banned or limited, we might see this come to 1. Chaos Angel is a good question. So, this is the Baron de Fleur question here. this could be an off way to hit Fiendsmith. Because what do Fiendsmith players do when they're in trouble? They look for the Chaos Angel play. And it buys them some time. And we all know it. We all seen it. It's Fiendsmith Player 101. You're in trouble. You search for Chaos Angel. You try and buy time that way. So, if they think that Baron is such a problem, I think that this is a worse problem than Baron was. So, I personally, and I think probably out of the 40 people I've spoken to, about, I don't want to say 50%, but like probably 40% of myself think that this card is going to be banned. The other 60% think they're going to leave it alone. But I could easily see this card being banned. It's been reprinted. They may not ban it this time around, but if it ends up in Stampede, I think this card is going to get banned. So, trust me, guys. As much as all of you do, I want a Rise Heart to come back to 1. But no balls, Konami. No balls. I don't think they could do it. So, therefore, I don't think they will. I think this thing will stay banned for the time being. I'm looking at maybe the end of this year, beginning of next year, is maybe a potential time when the game is shifting, that we could see a potential this come back to 1. Okay. Bonfire. So this has been the heavy talk that this is the Rizal hit until post Worlds, and we think that's in the faction of it going to 1. We think it's going to get the Rota treatment. This is Colorado, people. When I say we think this will go to 1. Easily could see this going to 1. So just be aware there. Chandra. Yes, Chandra has been a topic of debate here in Colorado. Why do you ask? Why do you say that, True Knight? Well, simple. Folks in Colorado hate the Tempai Fiendsmith deck. They hate it. And without it, Tempai has just gone silent. Those 2 limits just broke people's will with that deck. So some people are saying, well, why not semi-limit this? And I'm kind of here for it. It would add a powerhouse to the meta. Because right now it feels like you're either playing Rizal or Malice or Bust. I know Blue Eyes is fun and it's cool, but it doesn't bode well for Rizal or Malice. And I think that right now we're in like a 2-deck dominant format, along with a bunch of other decks that on a good day can compete, but most likely won't. This could change the game a little bit and really let budget players come out the woodwork and have a fighting chance. Just a thought. Pendulums. God, I want to put this to 1 so bad, but I think Konami's focus this year is to make Worlds be Rizal and Malice. And in order to do that, you just can't bring these cards back yet. You can't put these back because then the focus will be taken off of these 2. And this close to Worlds, like we're what? 6 months out from Worlds right now? No, 5 months out from Worlds right now? Like, there's no way, I don't think that they're gonna bring these cards back and take the focus off of these 2 decks right now. So, people in my local area have been talking about, does Fire King need a hit after winning Birmingham? No. Like, this is the branded implant discussion from Europe that was last year and the year before. Europe just has a weird player base, and on that weekend, people sucked against Fire King. Fire King is not a end-all be-all deck, and I don't think it deserves a hit in any fashion. If anything, I kind of want Fire King Snake Eye to come back. Because me personally, I want to see how Fire King Snake Eye could hold up against Ryzel and Malice. But that's just me. But I don't think Fire King deserves a hit in any fashion. The Fiendsmith engine. I just don't see them hitting it yet because they haven't even reprinted this guy, you guys. And I think you guys need to see the logic in that. As much as the price has gone from like $100 for an engraver down to $40 to back up to $98 to now it's at about a $55 to $60 price range, they want to make their money. And this could be something that ends up in Stampede very easily, okay? And if that happens, then we're looking at a direct Fiendsmith hit, probably in like maybe right before Worlds, maybe, or right after Worlds. But just right now, I don't see them hitting Fiendsmith directly in any way. Now, for all I know, they could be wrong, and they hit Lacrima, because a lot of people are sick of Fiendsmith, and I get it. But a lot of people were scared and hated the adventure package, and they just never addressed it. And I think we're in for the same kind of treatment here. This very well could just go untouched and unscathed, and they just try and power creep it. Who knows? Hold by. I'm personally of the mindset that there are so many damn hand traps and monster disruptions on the field that I feel like Called By, in my personal opinion, Called By should be a 2 or 3. Yes, 3. I want them to semi-limit it, but I think they're just going to keep it limited. My true belief here is that I feel like Crossout might get hit. A lot of people think it won't. But I feel like that this card should come to 2. But I don't think it will. I think it's going to stand pat. My dream that I always tell you guys is bring Baron back. Just give me Baron back. Please, God, give me Baron back. And I want you to ask yourselves a question right now. Would Baron hurt against your Ryzel or Malice deck? Honestly. Anyway, Master Plan, peace. I think that this card's coming back to 1. I think this is the one that comes back now, and the reason that being is because they're going to hype up Stampede. They want to sell. And this is the perfect time to bring it back. A month out before the release of Stampede, you want to hype up that set as much as you can. This is how you do it. OSS, it's my dream. It's my dream, guys, to bring this thing back to 1. I know, yeah, a lot of you guys are going to be in the comments saying you're on crack, you're crazy, yada yada yada, I hate this deck, blah 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 blah, you're just like the tier limit lovers, yada yada yada. I just want to see how a Snake Eye Fire King deck with 1 OSS and 1 Bonfire could fare against Ryzel and Malice. I just want to see. I just want to see what the matchup would be like. That being said, I don't think they will. But, kind of like piggybacking off, because I brought the conversation up after I saw Callie's video the other day. What if they just semi-limited these guys? What if they just gave us 2 of each? And let us be like, okay, they're going to take this down to 1. And they're not going to give us this back. But now I get to run a 2-2 line with 1 Oak, 1 Flamebirch, and 1 of these. So it's 2, 4, 6, 7. I get a 7 card Snake Eye package as opposed to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's still the same number of cards that we play if we're attempting to play it. It's just now we get the names themselves instead of this. Could be a cool little experiment. Try it out. Who knows? But, yeah. Okay. The last conversation of the day, which I know everybody and their mom has it every time. What should happen to Shifter? To to me, Shifter is to the TCG what Maxi has been all along to the OCG. And they started out by semi-limiting it. And I can't remember now. Is Maxi limited? I don't know. But I foresee them doing what the OCG did. And I think a weird hit would be to bring this to 2, which is useless. But if we all remember what they did in December. Now, the way that they presented the ban list, which I want to go online and say before it happens, I think that they will present the ban list in Vegas in the same manner that they presented it in Anaheim, which is fucking awesome. I think that they're going to come out with a suitcase and they're going to fucking rock it. But what was it that we all said when that happened? We were all sitting there like, damn, it was so cool what they did with the ban list. The ban list sucked. It was a dumbass ban list, but it was so cool in the way they did it. And I think we're in for another one of those. It's going to be a really cool way that they announce it. For all we know, they might let the winning team announce the banned cards or something of that nature at the YCS, which would be freaking awesome. But I think the ban list is going to suck. And I think that we'll see potentially a move of like Shifter to semi-limited. Something of that nature. So, let's do an end-all be-all list. This is where I think we shall end up. So yeah. And I'll do that just to give people a reason who just skipped into my videos and don't watch. I think I'll just do this as bait on them so they can come in and be like, you're an idiot for thinking Baron's coming back. But I know it's a dream. Anyway, I think the major hit of this ban list will be Chaos Angel, in my personal opinion. I think for sure Bonfire is going to be limited this ban list. I think Masterpiece is coming back. I hope to God Baron comes back to 1, because why not? I really want to see these guys come back to 2. Give some fire decks some chances. And I think that's all we see. So, but for the sake of video purposes, here's what I ultimately want. So now that I've gone over what we've talked about, this is what I want to land at, okay? Doors open if you want to play. I won't say no if you want to stay. So kiss me please, man, touch me, tease, man. This is ultimately, if I got to see this at Vegas, I would be a happy person. I would be a very happy Yu-Gi-Oh player. I don't think a lot of the player base would be, because I don't think people want Snake Eyes back, and I don't think people want Tenpai back. But me personally, I think this would be really a cool, innovative moves for Konami to do. So, those are all my thoughts on the ban list, guys. I hope you guys watched all the way through, because if you just skip to the end and see this, that's on you. I'm not responsible for what you do with the videos, but you come into my comments and just say like, I can't believe your idiot list, yada yada yada, that just shows that you didn't pay attention at all, so joke's on you. But thank you for listening this whole time and listening to what we're thinking about here in Colorado and what we want to kind of see for a change. I can tell you right now, the heaviest topic of conversation is that people want to see this. This is what people really want in Colorado. These are the major moves people really want to see in Colorado. A lot of people are just sick of Engraver. They're sick of this because they think this is the ultimate hit. and it'll help us move on to 7th Tachyon. They're sick of this card, they're sick of this card, and they want to see this come back to 1. So these are the ultimate moves that people in Colorado are wanting to see right now. So anyway guys, that'll be it for me tonight. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Be kind, be respectful, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Yes, let's go. Come on. Level head, heavy metal, lead foot up on the pedal.